Prince Harry just boarded a flight to the UK. No announcement, no press, no charity event. It's just gone. Vanished into the royal mist. But this isn't some surprise tea with King Charles or last-minute family reunion. Nope. According to insiders, it's full-blown damage control. And at the center of this chaos? None other than Tyler Perry, the man who once gave Harry and Meghan safe haven, is now rumored to hold the tapes that could end everything. What's on those tapes? Why is Harry panicking? And is Meghan Markle's carefully crafted image about to be shattered? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear may change how you see the Sussex saga forever. Harry's recent flight to the UK wasn't scheduled, wasn't planned, and it wasn't sanctioned by the palace either, according to multiple sources close to the Sussex circle. Harry's exit from California was rushed, chaotic, and totally off the books. Some described it as an emergency return. Others called it a quiet escape. But the one thing everyone agrees on: it wasn't for leisure, so why would the Duke of Sussex leave his wife and children behind so suddenly? Because of Tyler Perry, and not in the thanks for the support kind of way. Remember, Tyler Perry wasn't just a celebrity friend to Meghan and Harry. He was their guardian angel. He gave them shelter when they fled the royal family, let them stay in his $18 million Beverly Hills mansion, and even became godfather to their daughter, Lilibet. Meghan publicly called him a blessing, someone who stepped in when the world turned its back on them. But now, that same man may be sitting on a digital time bomb. 17 hours of private, behind-the-scenes footage allegedly recorded during their stay at his estate. And we're not just talking cute family moments or casual dinner convos. We're talking about private conversations, raw, unfiltered rants, strategic media planning, rehearsed talking points, contradictions to their public image. Some sources are calling the tapes career-ending. So the million-dollar question is, why would Tyler Perry record all of this? No one knows for sure. Maybe it started as a personal archive. Maybe it was documentation for a potential documentary. Or maybe, just maybe, 'twas insurance. Think about it. Perry let two of the world's most talked-about royals crash at his home during the peak of their drama with Buckingham Palace. That's a major liability. Maybe keeping records was his way of covering himself. Or maybe he foresaw that one day he might need leverage, and now that day may have come. Tyler Perry isn't just a household name, he's an empire. A billionaire filmmaker, media mogul, and studio owner who built his fortune from the ground up. But even empires have weak spots. In late 2024, Perry was hit with a massive $260 million lawsuit. Legal battle that blindsided the industry. The suit reportedly involved claims of contract breaches, intellectual property disputes, and allegations that Perry's production practices may have stepped on the wrong toes in a high-stakes real estate development deal. The details are murky, and Perry's team has remained tight-lipped, but the financial exposure is massive. And as the lawsuit gained traction in the media, something shifted behind the scenes. Meghan Markle, once glowing with praise for Perry in interviews and podcasts, began distancing herself quietly, but very deliberately. Mentions of Perry in press materials, gone, podcast shoutouts, discreetly edited out, social media references, deleted or buried, no public statement, no defense, no solidarity. To many in Perry's camp, this looked like cold, calculated self-preservation. As one insider reportedly said, it was like watching someone scrub their past to protect their future. And Tyler, he noticed. This wasn't just a Hollywood acquaintance who ghosted him. This was Meghan Markle, the woman he once called family. The woman he welcomed into his home with open arms during her most fragile chapter. The woman who trusted him to be godfather to her child, to go from guardian angel to ghosted casualty of her PR cleanup. It didn't sit well. And here's the kicker. This distancing happened right when Perry needed support the most. while Meghan had once leaned on him to escape the clutches of royal toxicity. When his reputation was suddenly at risk, she was nowhere to be found. Some sources say Perry felt used, like his generosity was transactional. Others say the quiet betrayal triggered a change in tone behind the scenes. That's when rumors of the tapes began surfacing. That's when Harry's team reportedly got nervous. That's when the threat of exposure became real. Because if Perry was willing to let them stay in his home, was he also willing to document what happened behind closed doors? And if Meghan was so quick to cut ties when he faced scrutiny, what's stopping him from returning the favor now? Whether those tapes were meant to be personal, legal, or something else entirely. One thing's clear: Perry now holds the ultimate leverage. And it all started with that lawsuit, a moment of crisis that tested Meghan's loyalty and revealed cracks in the foundation of their once unbreakable bond. Now, Perry isn't just a silent witness, he's a wild card. And Meghan, she may have traded a protector for a potential destroyer. So what's actually on these tapes? According to insiders who claim to have seen snippets, it's not flattering. Far from it. Allegedly, it includes moments where Meghan and Harry discuss media strategy, script responses, and even mock or contradict previous public statements. Some claim it shows them rehearsing how to deliver key emotional moments that were later presented as spontaneous in interviews. In short, it could flip their carefully crafted image on its head. From truth-tellers to actors, from victims of the crown to savvy PR operators. If even part of this footage leaks, it could cause irreversible damage. Let's talk consequences, because they're already unfolding. That massive $100 million Netflix deal, it's not as secure as it looked. Insiders say the actual payout has been slashed to $20 million due to underperformance and scrapped projects. Meghan's cooking show, once pitched as her big comeback, is reportedly stalled. Early test audiences called it awkward, forced, and out of touch. Her follow-up podcast, silenced. No release date. No marketing, just ... gone. And behind the scenes, the Montecito estate is turning into a bunker. Security is tighter. Staff are fewer. NDAs are stricter than ever. One insider said, "It's not a team anymore. It's a bunker." The Sussexes' $14 million estate in Montecito might look like paradise, but it comes with a hefty price tag: sky-high property taxes, maintenance costs, and elite-level security, without a steady stream of major income. Even that dream home starts to feel like a ticking time bomb. Some whispers even mention foreclosure being quietly discussed. Not today, not tomorrow, but it's on the table. Meanwhile, the Archwell Foundation is feeling the pinch. Big donors are pulling back. Funding is drying up. And no one wants to invest in a brand that's on the brink. Hollywood moves fast. And when the wind changes, the doors close. The same insiders who once lined up for Meghan's attention are now keeping their distance. Not because they've turned against her, but because they don't want to be caught in the blast radius. Events canceled or postponed. Brand deals slowed down. The vibe toxic. The glamorous mystique she once carried, half royalty, half Hollywood powerhouses fading fast, and the silence from Tyler Perry only makes it worse. Tyler Perry hasn't said a word, no statement, no Instagram post, no leaks, but insiders say he's been approached by multiple media networks, all offering millions for exclusive rights to the footage, whether he takes a deal or not. He holds the cards. His silence, it's not passive, strategic, and for a couple who built their brand around controlling the narrative. This silence may be the most dangerous threat of all. What happens if the tapes leak? What if the public sees Meghan and Harry not as survivors, but as orchestrators? The Sussex playbook: carefully curated vulnerability. Choreographed authenticity won't survive raw, unfiltered footage. If Tyler Perry presses the button, it's game over. Even if he doesn't, the threat alone is enough to send their empire into freefall. And back in Montecito, sources say Meghan is operating like she's under siege. Meetings are underground, phones are double-checked, staff are vetted. Friends are fewer. The fairy tale they sold to the world is starting to unravel, not with a bang, but with a whisper. Harry fled the UK to escape the crown. But now he's fleeing California to escape the consequences. Whether Tyler Perry speaks or not, the damage is already underway. The Sussexes built a legacy on transparency and truth. But what happens when someone else holds their truth? Stay tuned, because in this story, the next chapter might not be written by Harry or Meghan at all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. This story is still developing, and we'll be here with the latest.